Hello students and welcome to this B1 level asynchronous course. My name is Teacher Ryan and today I'm going to walk you through all 25 lessons in this B1 General English course. So in this recording we're going to start with lesson 1 to lesson 5. Let's start off with lesson 1, which is based on storytelling. As usual, I'd like for you to check out the primer, complete the pre-lesson reading, and then you could come over to our to our blog post. So you could click on this blog post right here. It should be in Compose View. Fantastic. So right here, there are instructions for you so that you know what to do. You must create a blog post called B1 Lesson 1, for example. So the first activity, look through these words. Use these words to write a 20-line story. Place it into your blog post. After that, lesson number 2, complete this worksheet on modals of speculation, a little bit of grammar. And activity 3, tell a story about speaking English in public, and then upload it to SoundCloud, and that should be 2 minutes. Make sure that you paste a link to the SoundCloud recording into your blog post so that your teacher could check it out. All right, fantastic. That's it for lesson 1. I will see you in lesson number 2. All right, just a second here. Let's save that. Okay, hello students. Welcome to lesson 2. We will speak about finances this lesson. So as usual, check out the primer, complete the pre-lesson reading, and then you could come over to the blog post. Activity number 1, I'd like for you to look at these up and down verbs and add any new words to your glossary. After that, choose one of the following stocks. Write down the stocks activity over the past 5-year period. Make sure it's 5-year period. And use the new vocabulary. So I'd like for you to use these verbs in your explanation and put this into your blog post. Activity number 3, this works on the differences between gerunds and infinitives. So I'd like for you to do that and then complete this worksheet right here. And activity 4, I'd like for you to study this document on the differences between all, every, and each. Finally, activity 5, study this list of phrasal verbs and then make a recording of yourself explaining the importance of budgeting in 3 minutes. And you could upload that onto SoundCloud. So that's it right there for lesson number 2. I'll see you in lesson 3. Okay, students, so welcome to lesson 3. We will be speaking about fashion. As usual, here's your primer, pre-lesson reading, and then come on over to the blog post. So for activity number 1, look at this list of fashion adjectives. Try to find some words you understand, then explain what kind of fashion you like. Upload this recording to SoundCloud. Activity 2, millennial fashion. Read this quick article and write a paragraph explaining which trends you prefer in 3 to 4 sentences and put that in a blog post. Activity 3, declining offers. Imagine you go to Rome and a person wants you to take a tour. You don't want to. What can you say? Use the vocabulary to compose your answer. And I give you a few strategies to be more polite. Activity number 4, watch this video and then write about the 3 scenarios which are mentioned in the video. There are 7 in total. I want you to focus on 3. Finally, activity number 5, syllable stress. I'd like for you to read this and then say 5 sentences using the words and pay special attention to syllable stress. Upload the recording onto SoundCloud. And you're done for lesson number 3. Let's head on over to lesson number 4, which will be based on superstitions and folklore. Primer, blog task, pre-lesson reading, and then come on over to the blog. Activity number 1, read about these Canadian superstitions. Then find an article about superstitions from your own country and explain if they are true or not. Activity 2 is on proverbs. Share a few proverbs from your country. You can comment these on your blog post, or you could comment them on this blog post right here. Activity 3, Fables. Choose one of these morals, summarize the story, and explain the meaning of the story. No, I should say fables instead of morals. Fantastic. And activity 4, brainstorm some warnings you could give your younger self. Practice saying them with correct intonation. Record a 3-minute clip giving these suggestions and upload it to SoundCloud. So when I talk about correct intonation, I'd like for you to give the intonation that English speakers typically give when they give warnings. So for example, if I were you, I would not do that. Oh, you better watch out for that, right? So the different intonation that we use, I'd like for you to focus on that. All right, and finally, lesson number 5, the final lesson in this recording, business English. Primer, pre-lesson reading, and then you could come over to the blog post. Oops, sorry, just a moment there. Great stuff. So lesson number 5 for business English, you could read through these instructions right here. And then activity 1, read through these 50 common interview questions, then imagine you are applying for a job. Are there any interview questions that are not listed in this list, but they might be useful? They might be asked in your interview. Write some ideas down in your blog post. Number 2 is a self-introduction. Record a 3 to 4 minute self-introduction and upload the recording to SoundCloud. Number 3, buzzwords. Add any new words to your Jamboard or Google Keep glossary, and do the same thing with these phrasal verbs. And that is it, students. You are done the first unit. So after you finish lesson number 5, you could continue to recording 2, where I will talk about lessons 6 to 10. I'll see you there.